Alois Trancy's butler, Claude Faustus, announces that his uncle, the Viscount of Druitt, and a priest are coming for a visit because his uncle suspects Alois's legitimacy as the former head son. Alois tells them how he was kidnapped at birth and sent into slavery at a village. He was the only survivor of a plague that killed the village. His father found him but died of an infection. During a storm, a cloaked man arrives and asks for shelter. In the basement, he targets a special black tea box said to help undergo an aromatherapy of darkness. The man is Sebastian, hiding the lifeless body of Earl Ciel in his suitcase. Sebastian escapes. The tea box is revealed to contain Ciel's family heirloom ring. Sebastian places it on Ciel's finger and says, "It is time to wake up." Ciel, now reawakened, attends the grand opening of a bridge. Elizabeth wishes to seek a legendary white stag. Ciel doesn't want to but agrees, realizing he should keep her happy and maintain a positive standing in high society. When a downpour occurs, Elizabeth becomes trapped in the river with the old dam about to burst. Ciel orders Sebastian to stop the flood. To his shock, Sebastian breaks the dam instead, causing water to flood them. When Ciel wakes up, Sebastian explains that he worked with the servants and Lau and Ranmao to change the river's shape to prevent future floods. The group discovers the white stag is a figure etched into the hill. Ciel investigates incidents of brides randomly combusting into flame in London. The culprit is wedding photographer Turner's wife Margaret, who sprinkles magnesium powder, likened to the powder used in flash pans for photography, in the air and ignites it with her camera flash. She is jealous of the newlyweds' love. When Sebastian and the Grim Reaper, Grell Sutcliffe, stop her, she bursts into flames, stating that a man told her to do this. Ciel learns that the Trancy estate also works undercover for Queen Victoria, investigating cases like the Phantom Hives do. 3 years ago, the head of the Trancys died, leaving his son, Alois Trancy, to take over as Earl. Ciel and Sebastian board a train to investigate a kidnapping case. Sebastian sees Claude aboard, but keeps this from Ciel. There is a murderer being transferred aboard by police. The officer is Fred Aberline's twin brother, though Ciel has no recollection of Aberline. Ciel and Sebastian stop the kidnapping, but learn that the kidnapper planted a bomb in the train, which is also headed for a broken bridge. Sebastian amends each crisis by getting rid of the kidnapper, the murderer, the bomb, and halting the train. Claude invites Sebastian to the Trancy estate, knowing Ciel wants to investigate them. He remarks to a suspicious Sebastian that the visit will help resolve Ciel's revenge. Before the costume ball at the Trancy estate, Sebastian warns Prince Soma and Agni that Ciel has lost his memory, and he has asked those close to Ciel to pretend everything is normal. Ciel feels uneasy in the Trancy mansion. One of the maids acts strange and steals Ciel's eye patch. Ciel chases her into the cellar, where he becomes nauseous and hallucinates events of the first episode when Sebastian had visited for the tea. He flees into the woods, having figured out that the maid is really Alois in costume. Alois wants Ciel and threatens to kill everyone at the ball if Ciel does not give himself up. Ciel commands Sebastian to protect him. Sebastian defeats Alois's servant triplets. At the estate, Hannah Anna Fellows plays the harmonica and takes control of the guests with her music. Sebastian saves them using a glass harp. It is revealed that Sebastian could not devour Ciel's soul because Claude took his soul first, but could not use it without having Ciel's body. Having lost his memories and with the evil cult destroyed, Ciel no longer has any hatred or drive for revenge. Sebastian decides that Ciel needs a second revenge in order to become his Ciel again. The Butlers strike a deal in which Alois will be the new target of Ciel's revenge, and Sebastian and Claude will battle for who will have Ciel's soul. Sebastian and Ciel are privately invited to the Trancy estate. After Sebastian says Alois is behind the murder of his parents, Ciel decides to kill Alois. Alois has prepared an enormous chessboard for Sebastian and Claude to battle on while they watch. As Claude gains the upper hand, the Butlers find that Ciel has stabbed Alois. Alois insists that both boys are being tricked by the demons. Claude stops Ciel, but Ciel slaps him with his bleeding hand, inadvertently giving Claude a taste of his blood. To Sebastian's dismay, Claude is entranced, realizing Sebastian is obsessed with Ciel's soul because although he dwells in darkness, his soul is pure and surprisingly untainted. Claude ignores Alois, who collapses from his wound. Bandaged but injured, Alois notes that after tasting Ciel's blood, Claude no longer seems enamored with Alois. Desperate for Claude's attention again, he travels to see Ciel. His true past is revealed. His real name is Jim Mackin, and he had a little brother named Luca. One night, Alois discovered the entire village dead, including Luca, which devastates him. He was brought to the previous Trancy head as a sex slave, where he summoned Claude and seduced Trancy to win the inheritance. It was Sebastian who massacred the village as an order from a former master. Learning that Sebastian is unusually attached to Ciel, Alois plans to take Ciel from him to make him suffer. In the present, Claude kills Alois, remarking that he has no appetite for a soul like his, but still has a use for it. Ciel is tasked with solving another crime. When they are attacked, Sebastian asks Ciel to remain hidden in a crate while he battles William T. Spears and Ronald Knox, who are investigating Alois's soul. Ciel gets flashes of his past memories and is bothered by Alois' words. Angry that Sebastian is hiding something, Ciel acts against his orders and flees, but is immediately framed by Hannah, who tells police that Ciel is Alois. Ciel is tortured at an asylum, where Claude uses hypnosis to confuse him into thinking Alois's memories are his own, then puts Alois's ring onto Ciel's finger. By the time Sebastian arrives, Ciel believes it was Sebastian who killed his parents, and Claude is his butler. Sebastian resolves to get rid of Claude. Claude attempts to convince Ciel to break his contract with Sebastian and forge a new one with him, but Ciel refuses, unable to forget Sebastian. Sebastian goes to Alois's village and learns that Luca was responsible for the massacre. He made a contract with a demon to make his older brother's wish of the village's destruction come true as revenge for the village treating them poorly, then died when his soul was eaten upon the contract's completion. When Ciel is with Hannah, she opens her mouth. Inside, Ciel sees Alois's eye and faints from terror. As Sebastian and Claude break their deal, Ciel suddenly calls for Sebastian, threatening to jump from a clock tower. Sebastian realizes that Alois' soul has taken control of Ciel's body. Hannah says that her master has returned. Hannah puts Sebastian and Claude in a hedge maze that is actually a labyrinth of Alois's mind. They must answer his questions to reach him at the tower. Ciel's memories slowly return. When he remembers that his revenge is in fact complete, the labyrinth shifts to reflect his mind. He asks why Sebastian did not eat his soul. Sebastian answers that he'd lost the arm with the contract's seal in the battle. This provided Claude an opportunity to steal Ciel's soul. It is revealed that the demon Luca contracted with was Hannah, who came to love Luca and Alois. Ciel orders Sebastian to eat his soul as promised, but Alois snatches back his body, saying he has found people who love him. He makes a contract with Hannah, telling Claude he had only wanted Claude's love. As part of Alois's contract, Sebastian and Claude are to duel. The winner will claim Ciel's soul. Sebastian wins, killing Claude. Hannah jumps into the ocean with Ciel, revealing something that causes Sebastian to try to kill Ciel as soon as he awakens. Hannah dies alongside Claude, reuniting them with Alois and Luca forever. Sometime later, Ciel awakens back home with red eyes like Sebastian. He sends farewell gifts to his friends, dismisses his servants, and leaves the city with Sebastian. It is revealed that in the contract, Alois asked that Hannah make Ciel's soul unattainable for either butler. She did this by causing Ciel to be reborn as a demon, which is why Sebastian tried to kill him. As a result, Sebastian cannot consume Ciel's soul, yet is still bound by their contract. Sebastian affirms his service to Ciel as he carries him off a cliff into the underworld.